Well, you know, when they say that football is back, I think that we always forget that injuries during training camp, or even in this case, before training camp, are going to happen. I mean, normally people will relate to the fact that football is right around the corner. Like there's a slight brisk in the air, right? I mean, like you start to see a bunch of like football food starting to be advertised pretty heavily. And I think we all forget that, these preseason injuries just seem to start collecting, start stacking up. And I'm not sure if you guys ended up going on my absolute emergency stream this morning. Unfortunately, Nyheim Hines is out for the season, ladies and gentlemen. And there was some new developments going into it. It is the fact that he was struck by a jet ski. That is right. That is right. Nyheim Hines, our kick returner, glorified running back that Ken Dorsey refused to utilize last year, was sitting stationary on a jet ski, and apparently some absolute please pardon my French, dumb fuck, ran right into my boy. All right. He was carted off in the hospital, needs knee surgery. And apparently, this dude is not coming back at all for the season. Now, I do want to just preface this by saying, guys, listen, I do want to say that I hope he has a very speedy recovery. I think he is a great person on and off the field, but it's not the end of the world. And as I said during my morning stream, that was literally me just sitting on my couch. I was drinking my coffee, getting ready for today's show. I said this. I said that it's not as big of a deal as people think that it is, or people want to make it out to be on Twitter, on the internet. This injury from Nyheim Hines is not going to add an extra win right to our column this year, and it's not going to decrease an extra win as well. We're not going to get a couple of extra losses because we lost out on this player. We're not going to get a couple of extra wins if he was on this roster by itself. He was a great player. He was a great gadget player for this team. Great kick returner, obviously. Loved. I still replay that moment after the Damar Hamlin injury where he absolutely came up and ran 2 kick returns back against the New England Patriots last year. That's going to be great. But there's a couple of things I always like pointing out to everybody. Is number one, ladies and gents, that kick return rule that was just put into place this year, you're not going to see a lot of kick returns this year. I mean, you will, but there's going to be somewhat of a decrease. Sure, as my buddy DF Forever always comes in and tells people that there's probably going to be some special teams units that are going to want to catch other special teams units sort of off their guard. There might be somebody that absolutely blows up, but with Nyheim Hines being out, I feel like that the whole kick returner position in the NFL is slowly but surely going to start going downhill. Utilization really isn't going to be that efficient. And then say, for example, that it is, I want everyone to remember that we have a player on this roster in Deontay Hardy that is a Pro Bowl kick returner. He was a Pro Bowler back in 2019, right? Punt returner as well. We have the personnel to fill that in if at all necessary. So guys, it sucks. I think it's very unfortunate that this even happened before training camp started, but it's football, baby. It's football. Unfortunately, that's just sort of how all of these things end up working out. But that was my monologue. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dom Mafia Live, your go-to show for Buffalo Bills and NFL news, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST. Very excited for each and every single one of you to join. I hope everybody had an awesome weekend. For those of you that have been rocking with me during the off season, you know my schedule, my streaming schedule, my video schedule. But this week right now marks, okay, Dan Mitchell, this is go time, right? This is Buffalo Bills time. This is NFL time. So be on the lookout for a lot of stuff, guys. Be on the lookout for a lot of stuff. I'm doing this stream, obviously, today. And then I'm doing happy hour at 5 p.m. And then as soon as when I'm finished with the stream, I'm doing a pre-recorded video, and I will release that prior to Bills Mafia happy hour. So football is here, guys. I just hate that the first significant news of training camp came out, and it just so happened to be that one of our players was injured before he even stepped foot into the building. Okay, so this is it's shitty, it's annoying, but at the end of the day, what can you do? What is going on, everybody? Really excited to hear everybody in the chat, see what's going on. And so I want the Bills organization to bubble boy every single person on this roster. BIYM. I would love that, right? I mean, last year was an absolute travesty when it came down into injuries for the Buffalo Bills. I would even go back into like into the 2021 season because our offensive line was always hurt. We always had like a bunch of third stringers in the back. Um, especially that Jacksonville Jaguars game back in 21. I know that a lot of us are like that. Jason Phillips, hit that like button. Absolutely, guys. Listen, that is the easiest way to support this channel. Super easy to do. It's free. It takes less than a second, and it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. I have a lot of very big and audacious goals this season. I want to reach about 25,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel before the season is over. So definitely go ahead and hit that like button. Help me out and make sure that this show gets introduced to a bunch of new eyeballs. Jason Phillips, he's a Denver Broncos fan. He's coming on in. Keep saying, what's up, Dan? Hope your morning is going well. Go Bills. It was going pretty good, man. I mean, it was definitely a shock that I see like the first Bills news coming out of training camp occurred before it even officially started, and it happened to be Nyheim Hines. One thing I do also want to say, guys, is that how many of us in this chat were pegging Hines to be either a trade candidate or a surprise cut going on into this season. I feel like even bringing in Deontay Hardy was sort of the writing on the wall that Brandon Beane was at least considering finding a way to move forward from Nyheim Hines. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of like injury settlement that comes through with it, but it's wild. Troy is saying, I'm so ready for the season. Troy, you and I both, my friend, I am ready. Let's just hope that that was the last significant injury news that we see during the preseason. Make sure everybody is safe. I need all of the training staff of the Buffalo Bills to have one-on-ones with all of these players and watch them stretch. Ready to go. Like, be extra. Be what you have to be. We need our players to be on top of that. It's not that big of a deal to lose him, but could you imagine if it was Josh? Damn, I'd be nervous. Glad to see you this morning. Go Bills. Listen, Josh is a dog. He's played through injuries. We've seen that before, but we don't want to take any risks, okay? Luckily with quarterbacks, he is in that red jersey. He's not going to be touched for the most part, right until maybe a couple of drills going on into the, sort of camp itself. But yeah, let's just hope, man. We need to have a full bill of health. And I'm not even talking about significant starters either. It hurts us just as bad when we lose somebody that's second in the depth chart behind some of these players by itself. Because I'm sure we remember, right, when one of our starters on the offensive line particularly goes down, and oh yeah, we forgot that our second string's out for the season. Now we have to bring someone up from the practice squad to fill in his place. Depth players staying healthy is equally as important. I would even say almost as important as a starter staying healthy. We need to make sure that our training staff is on point and just play smart, clean football. Okay, not my boy Hines. I know that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Fanatic saying that's what Bills Mafia gets for having JA on the Madden cover. I'm not sure I follow that, Mr. Fanatic. Why does this happen to Buffalo? I mean, it happens to everybody, man. I mean, CJ Gardner-Johnson, safety of the Detroit Lions, just ended up getting carted off the field with a knee injury about 5 or 10 minutes ago. We're going to start seeing guys drop like flies, right? It's training camp. It's football. It's full contact. These guys are just getting off of an off season. Sure, I'm sure that they did some independent work, but these guys, right? They're slowly but surely starting to integrate back into the NFL, full force. Unfortunately, there's going to be some injuries, man. And you're going to start seeing people that slacked off during the offseason and particularly didn't, put in a lot of work. This obviously wasn't Hines' fault. I'm sure dude didn't want to get rammed by somebody that has no idea what the hell they're doing on a jet ski, but we'll see. Jason. And so, the best case scenario for an injury, look at Hines' stats. He is well below average. Feel bad for him, though. Obviously, great kick returner. I also blame Ken Dorsey on the fact that we didn't utilize him as into what made him great, was him being a pass-catching back. Not a lot of Hines implementation into our offense last year. Dorsey just couldn't do it. He couldn't make these very intricate packages that I wanted him to make so bad last year. I think I sliced my elbow. Who gives a shit? Very upsetting, but we'll see what's going on. Did you see the Bills are going after Dalvin now? I wouldn't necessarily say that, man. The way that I look at Brandon Beane, if there is any sort of significant injury, Beane's going to want to try and find a player that has a skill set similar to what he lost, right? I think Bruce Nolan put it great. I think Bruce Nolan painted this in a perfect light. He said that getting Dalvin Cook in response to losing Nyheim Hines is like losing your screwdriver and trying to replace it with a butter knife, right? That's sort of how I look at it. I don't see that being we need to get Dalvin Cook now. If anything, I think Brandon Beane is looking for maybe an undrafted rookie, maybe somebody that's coming out of the USFL or XFL, like somebody that is going to give at least somewhat of a similar skill set, at least from there. But as far as kick returners, man, we're fine with Deontay Hardy. He does have fumbling issues, which is an issue. But like I said, okay, I think that kick return rule is going to really switch up strategy, okay? If Deontay Hardy has that bad of an issue with fumbling, then, dude, like not unless a kicker goes on ahead and just squib stuff, just call the fair catch between the 25 and the end zone, and we'll be good to go. Trust Josh Allen to march us down the field. I think he's fine. Patrick Seeley, a down year for the Bills. Love to hear it. The resident Patriots fan coming on in. What's going on, brother? Hope all is well. CJ Gardner-Johnson got carted off today, too. It's going to start happening. It's a terrible, sad part of I'm going to put this phone on Do Not Disturb, man. Listen, y'all, I'm working right here. I'm talking a little bit. Andy King Allen, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. I sincerely appreciate that. Certainly goes a long way. The injury bug has been day drinking already. It definitely has, my friend. Not something we're all looking forward to, but here we go. We have some of our members in the chat right now. Mark is a proud member of the Dan Mitchell channel. Thank you so much, Mark. Good morning, Dan. Let's go on the panel to discuss Darrington Evans, Jay Sternberger, Chauncey Gardner, Kadarius Toney, and Chris Jones as their impact. I'm looking forward to having you come on because I saw the Darrington Evans news prior to the news of Nyheim Hines being injured. I think the Bills already knew that. And then Sternberger, I have also heard, I believe he is the USFL guy, correct? Very excited to hear about that. And then when Kadarius Toney already tweaking his knee during practice, not really a surprise. He has a very bad injury history. And then Chris Jones and then their impact. I'm looking forward to having you guys on. As you guys know, listen, normally during my shows, what I do is toward the end of it, I allow people and I allow my audience to come on, share their thoughts. So be on the lookout. I'm going to be putting a link to join this stream here within about 20, 30 minutes. Come on. We can talk about whatever. I'm assuming it's going to be about Nyheim Hines or maybe even leading up to training camp. Always enjoy speaking with everybody. Now, one announcement I did want to make, guys. I'm really trying to make my Discord pop off this season. I slacked on it last year, but all of my call-in shows within the next couple of weeks, it's going to be Discord audio where I'm just going to join or like you guys are going to join via Discord. And then I'm just going to be able to hear you. No camera, especially since I'm working on like my streaming aesthetics. So Discord link is actually in the bio. It's a great chat room for a lot of people to be able to go on ahead and discuss all things Buffalo Bills and then all things NFL. And you can even trash talk each other. You know what I mean? This is it. So this is a little preview right here. We have about 300 members already, but say, for example, you're not here on the Discord, definitely join the Discord. Great way to meet other like-minded individuals that love the NFL. That link is in my description. So go on ahead, join that Discord, baby. Make me a happy, happy man. Okay, so what else do we say? So Patrick Seeley is saying, oh no, the Bills still have mid running backs. And so I wouldn't say that they're like our strong suit on the roster by any stretch of the imagination. Mid, I feel, is a bit of a stretch. I like Damian Harris. I know that you like Damian Harris. I'm concerned about his injury history. I think James Cook has a very good likelihood of being able to take a step forward this year, as long as Dorsey can utilize him appropriately. And then don't sleep on Latavius Murray. Yeah, dude's old. But when guys still absolutely racking up 4.7 yards per carry at his age, it's going to be a bulldozer for us. That's big for us, man. I'm fine to have that skill set in this running back room because that means that we don't need to rely on Josh Allen to do those anxiety-inducing quarterback sneaks on the goal line or on third and short so we can preserve our pride and joy in our franchise quarterback. So definitely wouldn't call them mid. I definitely wouldn't say that they're going to be unanimous Pro Bowlers or anything like that, but we can potentially see how that works. Nicholas is coming in. What's going on, man? So the new kickoff rule makes the kick return null and void anyways. For the most part, I feel like a lot of people are starting to have, like these theories that It's going to cause like these special teams units to try and catch another team sleeping. But I feel like the effect or like the effective surprise is going to dwindle after a while. So I'm still seeing a decrease in about like, I would say 30% decrease in overall actual kick returns. Not unless like these kickers are going to start like squibbing and like making sure that they just go by the 30 or something like that. I don't know, but we'll see. Patrick, so Harris can still run the rock for you. So Damian Harris, dude, I'm so excited for Damian Harris. Just stay healthy for the love of God. He's one of the ones that I'm looking at. I'm like, dude, you better stay healthy. 110%. Greeting from Australia as well, man. Hey, man, listen, I sincerely hope you're having a good evening, at least. It's probably about 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or even midnight over there, depending on where you are. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Love the fact that you're able to join right before bed, I'm assuming, on this Monday evening or Tuesday morning, depending on where it is. Ethan, yo. I love it. And so it's an open spot to our 53-man roster. Now, here's the deal. We're going to have to see because like Mark just pointed out, we did bring in Darrington Evans for a workout, apparently. And then a couple of other players, Sternberger, who was a shiner, out in the USFL. But don't think that he's going to be like some like game changer. He's going to literally fill the exact same role as Hines, right? Maybe not so much on the kick returning side of things, but like his skill set will be on the roster at the very least. Slick Rick is saying that hurts the return game more than the running game for sure, but still a loss is a loss. It definitely is, but like I said, I don't think the kick return game is as important as it was in the past due to this new rule. And so I loved Hines, but it definitely felt like he didn't totally fit in the scheme quite yet. I thought we were going to use him a lot last year. All of us did, right? When Hines was brought to this team via trade, I was expecting to see this man's like absolute snap count go through the damn roof, right? Like line him up out of the slot. Something, right? Never happened. Never really happened. Lots of soft tissue injuries are about to come. Like I said, man, this is the off season. I'm sure these guys were working hard, but like actual practice, absolutely wild. Why hasn't Bean made any big splashes while all of our competitors are making big splashes? Crispy, let me tell you what, man. Let me talk you off a ledge here. Bean has probably had, in fact, I will say this. I will probably put this as a top 2 off-season move performance from Brandon Bean this year. I'd probably put it at top 2. I really would. Because of what he was working with financially, some of the players he had to end up bringing back, and some of the depth that he was able to bring into this team that not a lot of players, like he's building this team to really focus on how to make last year's squad better, but without breaking the bank. And he's done so very successfully, man. I'm very happy about the offensive line additions. I'm very happy about Poona Ford, who's not a big name, but he's very efficient, especially if you put him in the right spot. Our running back room has gotten great with Damian Harris. Everyone forgets that he's a great running back, but most organizations just think that he's going to get injured again this year, right? Same with Murray, equally efficient. I feel like Bean did a wonderful job this offseason. Big names don't always pan out either, right? I'm still very confident about this team, regardless of like any big name signings. Cook would help with explosive plays. XFL, Philip Lindsay. Noob coming on in saying, yo, just woke up. Bobby, a Jetski. Bobby, yes. Apparently, Nyheim Hines was sitting stationary on a jet ski, and then some idiot just like rode right into him. Freak accidents do suck. Knock on wood. Could have been someone a lot worse getting injured. I totally agree. Spin is rolling in saying the kickoff rule affects the kicking team more than the returning team. So I think our running back room is fine with Cook, Harris, and Murray. Didn't the Bills beat the Pats twice on 2 kickoff returns? Yes, absolutely. Instead of keeping 4 running backs on the 53, they're just going to keep 3. Here's the thing about that is that Nyheim Hines I think that Bean is going to want to find a running back that has special teams like capabilities because we're going to need that. So I'm still thinking we roll a 4. It's just a matter of who it's going to be. I don't think Hines was going to have that big of a role anyway. Mike is coming in and saying that Evans is just a camp body. He's not making the roster. Dick J. And so I just hope whoever they stick back there and punt returner can catch it consistently. No muff punts that cost us. Those muff punts literally keep me up at night. But Hardy was an all-pro when it came to punt returns back in 2019. So hopefully he can get back into it. Also an injury history and also a history of fumbles too, which is something to consider. The only other big splash move Bean could have made would have been somehow getting DeAndre Hopkins. And I fully anticipate that Bean was in very serious talks. But at the end of the day, we just didn't have and the funds so to be able to pay him, right? He decided to go over to the Titans. I mean, I wish him the best of luck. He's obviously not trying to be a contender this year, but hey, he got paid, so that's always good. Wyatt, what's going on? Spin 0481 rolling in saying we have Hardy for the returns, and that's all we need. That is all we need. Guys, do me a favor, smash that like button on your way in if you are coming. Just out of curiosity, I always like polling the crowd. Have you guys, is this the first time you've ever seen my face on the internet? If so, welcome. I tend to go live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST and then 5 p.m. EST for happy hour. I talk about the Bills, the NFL. This is the season. My busy season has started, and I'm going to be literally devoting my damn life to entertaining you. So go on ahead and smash that like button for me. Helps me get introduced to a wide variety of different eyeballs that are starved for NFL content. Best way to support the channel. Sincerely appreciate that. And make sure you subscribe as well, right? Just go on ahead because I have a lot of very, very good content coming out. I'm finally going to be like making another pre-recorded video. It's been months, but I'm absolutely pumped about it. Glenn, your running back room is not good last year and not much of an upgrade this year, but you have RB1 and Trash Allen. No, listen, man, let me tell you what. So Glenn's a buddy of mine. Listen, guys, like I said, just a reminder, I have a lot of other fan bases that come in. For all of my moderators, everybody is welcome. The only time I ever want anybody blocked, hidden, etc., or whatever is as if like they just get very egregious on a personal level. That is the only way that I'm saying that somebody can be blocked on my live chat. In fact, I went on ahead and I unblocked everybody that was ever blocked on this channel. I'm giving them a second chance to come back. So as far as talking shit about other teams, our team, whatever, it's welcome. It's all about fun. It's all about the game. So make sure everybody is welcome to put in their 2 cents in the live chat and even when I go live. So definitely a cool thing. Maybe the Jetski part of the story is BS and he was simply dancing with Joy Dorsey. Was going to actually use him this season and snapped a knee. Something like that. Early hot take. Cooper Kupp is a Buffalo Bill within a year. Mike, that is exceptionally hot. As far as any sort of like actual slot receiver that would be interesting would be a Hunter Renfrow. I saw rumors that like they're questioning whether or not that he could actually run out of the slot because they ended up bringing in a lot of slot receivers in for training camp. He's not going to leave. I don't think the Raiders will trade him this year, but I would love a Hunter Renfrow on this team. I think it would be cheap, and I think it would be wildly effective. No. And so Jets fans are cool. And so I have no bad juju with them by any stretch of the imagination. Don't worry about D-Hop. The Titans is where wide receivers go to die. Randy Moss, Andre Johnson, Julio Jones. Hey, it's the graveyard, baby. What's up, Dan? So excited for the Bills season to start soon. Mr. Torres, I absolutely love it. You and I are on the same thing. The best part of football is it's not that important. It's recreation. Mark, Dan, thinking your viewers will be shocked about what I have to say about Darrington Evans. I'm very excited, man, because I just ended up seeing this thing on Twitter. Like, first off, I saw that we were bringing him in for a workout, and that was before I heard the Nyheim Hines thing. So, in fact, what I'm going to do when you come in, I'm probably going to Darrington Evans. I'm probably going to go on ahead and I'm probably going to pull up some videos of the guy while you're talking about him. Hopefully, at least. Hopefully, we'll be able to see what we got about him because I know that a lot of people are excited to see what we can do. And so Ethan is saying that I love trash talk. It makes football. Absolutely. Nicholas, heard the Jetski was sighted, headed back to New York City. Oh, no. Steph, what's going on? Just woke up the West Coast. No Hines. I know, Steph. It was a freak injury. A freak injury, apparently. He was just, minding the nose. Was minding his own business. Sitting on a damn jet ski. Okay? and then somebody hit him with a jet ski that obviously shouldn't have been out there on the field, which is pretty wild. Who even knows? Oh, Seth. What's going on? Hi, Dan. Germany is calling in. It's been a while. Who will be signed now as a running back? What options are out there, and who is the favorite? Seth and P. What's going on from Germany, by the way? Hope all is well for you this Monday afternoon, which I'm assuming you are getting into. Man, here's the deal. I think that we're pretty set as far as the playmakers, like on the running back side of things are. I love Damian Harris. James Cook is great. And then also Latavius Murray. I don't think, just based off of last year, I don't think Nyheim Hines was going to be really much of a factor on offense. Special teams for sure. Maybe he still would have retained the whole kick returner position. Now I think what Brandon Beane's going to try to do is he's going to bring in a bunch of guys. They have Darrington Evans in. He's going to try and match at least somewhat. He's going to try and match at least somewhat of what Nyheim Hines brought to the table skill set wise. So it's not going to be a big name. It's not going to be Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook has an entire different skill set from what Nyheim Hines had, and that just wouldn't make sense. So that is my opinion. Dan, I told y'all we were messing up doing training camp. Everyone got injured. Hey, listen, you know what? Like these players, like they do need to get their reps in, right? Because imagine if you just had a full off season, no practice, like no like simulation of a game, and you just went straight into week one. Guys would be dropping left and right. It's a necessary evil, unfortunately. Now it makes the cut easier at the end of the preseason. It's still going to be at the Roundtable Wednesday night. I love the Roundtable, man. It's good stuff. We have a lot of things to talk about. Training camps here. TD Finstock is officially back. He's officially back. So was it an accident or charges toward the person that hit him? Haven't heard a lot about the specifics. All I know is that he was accidentally hit. I doubt somebody purposely ran into him. I'm sure it was just like some idiot that had no business operating a jet ski. And then that's where it was. Who gets hit by a jet ski anyways? Nyheim Hines, bro. What if it was a Dolphins fan? A conspiracy theory. Does anyone know if Belichick has a boat license? I really don't think Damian Harris is going to be that good, but I hope he does. I want us to win. All right. Anyway. All right, guys. Right before we get into it, I'm going to release the live stream link here shortly. If you guys are new here, I welcome people to come on the show. Give me your takes. Let me know what we have to discuss. We're going to try and keep it about a minute and a half to 2 minutes overall because I do want to make sure everyone has a shot to come in and talk. But right before we do, I am doing a ticket giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. I am doing a ticket giveaway where I am going to give a lucky winner 2 tickets to whatever NFL game they want to attend this upcoming season. All right. How you do it is that you need to download Sleeper right over here. That link is actually right in the live chat pinned. What you need to do is download the app, use my code DOMMAFIA when you're utilizing the picks portion. It's a great way to go on ahead and sort of play around with some of these player prop parlay bets that are coming up. And then simply just make your first deposit and then use code DOMMAFIA. And then do me a favor and then screenshot proof of that and then put it in my Discord. Maybe I'll make a channel or just send it over via Twitter. Who knows? But say, for example, you want to win, sign up for Sleeper Picks. Use my code DOMMAFIA with your first deposit. Voila, you are entered. And I am going to be announcing the winner of the ticket giveaway during my live game reaction for Chiefs and Lions Thursday Night Football. So if you guys want an opportunity of going to a game, sign up with Sleeper, baby. That link is right there. Use my code. Just put in your nice little deposit. They'll match it, 100% of it. And then go on ahead and make it work for everyone that enjoys sports betting. In fact, I'm curious, does anybody in the chat like sports betting? Sound off. Hit a 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a sports bettor during the season. Always want to understand what's going on because I'm planning on making that like a big part of my content this year too. Going on ahead and showing you guys my parlays and everything right before I submit them. Big old sports bettors right over there. Listen, guys, just go on ahead, knock it out. Sign up for Sleeper, and then you'll also be entered right into a ticket giveaway. Go ahead, make your deposit, code DOMMAFIA, and then we will make that happen. What if it was a Dolphins fan did that with a jet ski? I mean, it could have been interesting. We have we got a lot of these guys in here. Chris716 says, I'm betting FIFA at the moment. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know a lot about soccer. Sometimes I'll do like a baseball parlay, but that's about it. It's Monday. Delusional Patriots fan. According to my sources, the jet skier in question was heard yelling "fins up" as they rode away. Oh no, dude. Not even a situation. Anyway, this is the time of the show, everybody. And once again, say for example that you did want to enter in that ticket giveaway, that direct link to sign up for the app is in my description. But I am replacing it as of right now with the StreamYard link. So anybody that wants to come in, tell me what's on your mind about the Buffalo Bills. Come on in. We're going to try and keep this to a minute. No. I'd say like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Really want to hear everyone's thoughts. What's going on with Hines? Are you excited about football season? All right. Are you excited about football season? I know that I am. Link is now officially at the pin of the live chat. So come on in. Let's talk a little football, baby. It's a wonderful day. I'm betting FIFA at the moment. Andy, what up?
What's going on?
Good morning, man. How's life?
Not too bad, as long as people stop getting injured before they literally get to camp.
That was the most ridiculous thing I woke up to this morning when I ended up seeing all of this. I'm like, how the hell did this guy just end up getting hit by a jet ski? Like, I was thinking maybe he was like, like doing like an independent workout right before he hit the plane up to Buffalo to go to camp the next day. But this is just absolutely absurd. It's wild.
Crazy.
Holy hell, man. Well, like I said, I'm probably not going to be too nervous about it because I really don't think that he was going to be utilized in our offense at all.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it doesn't domino effect. That's more of my worry.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, maybe this is just like the like last straw from last year, and then like we just go off and we stay somewhat relatively healthy for the rest of the season. That would be ideal. That would be wildly ideal if that works out. But what's up for this week, man? You planning on going up to Rochester for some camp or no?
No, I'll be paying attention to everybody's talking about it. I can't get up there with work.
No, yeah, man. I definitely understand that. I would have loved to be up there, but like you, I'm just going to be scrolling through Twitter, hoping for some good news, some good Josh Allen highlights, and just getting excited about this season, man. Football's back, thank God. It's been a long offseason.
Yes, it has. Hey, you doing a fantasy football league or anything between the round table or just this channel in general?
I sure am doing a fantasy football league for this channel by itself. I'm thinking about doing like 2 or 3. I'm still putting it all together, but yes, I am going to be doing a fantasy football league for this channel. And the AFC's roundtable is going to do one too. So
cool.
Yeah, man, most definitely. But I will warn you, I am a bit of an expert in fantasy football. So
I'm in 5 different leagues, and I've won 3 of them in back-to-back years. So I'm no slouch.
Competition. I love competition. Yo, Andy, listen, man, always welcome on. Thanks for coming on, brother, and we'll see you next time.
See you on the round table.
My guy, see ya. Mark, talk to me about Darrington Evans, please. Why should I be?
All right, Darrington Evans. Appalachian State. Ran for over 1,000 yards the last 2 years, averaged 6.0 yards a carry, had 18 touchdowns rushing. He caught 21 passes for 198 and 5 touchdowns. His last year in college was a 3rd round pick by the Titans, 29th pick in the 3rd round. He's actually bigger than Hines. He's 5'10", 203. He's got 4.4. He was measured out at the combine at 4.41. with a 37.5-inch vertical and a 10.5-inch broad jump, which shows you he's a very explosive player. Plus, he was a kickoff and return guy in college. So as you're talking about fits and how Bean's going to bring in a player that's going to replicate the function, absolutely. He's the guy that you want. Point of fact, I like him more than Hines as far as the things that he can do. And the chances he had in Tennessee, he ran, I think, about 100 times with an average of 4.2 yards per carry, but you're not going to get that many carries behind Henry. As far as Jay Sternberger is concerned, looked at his measurables and his career status, not too terribly much. 6'4", 251, 4.75 speed in the 40, which scares absolutely nobody. I honestly think he's a practice squad guy. He's a roster addition to replace the tight end that got hurt, but he's just a guy. The other big news, obviously, everybody knows about Tony and Gardner, but Chris Jones in Kansas City, $30 million a year is what he wants. That is just nuts.
Absurd. Wants 30 mil a year. Yeah, I'm pulling up the article right now.
That is just off the hook, insane. And obviously, that's a multiple-year deal. And I think now we have the reason why D-Hop is in Tennessee, hopefully beating the Ravens and the Jaguars and the Dolphins and leading them to nothing, as far as I'm concerned. But that's why I think, because I think the Chiefs were going to get him, to be honest with you. Bean wasn't going to pony up the $12 million, but I thought the Chiefs were going to try to go ahead and negotiate a long term with Chris Jones, free up money from the cap, and sign D-Hop. Now with Tony status, we don't know what the status of him is going to be. Patrick Mahomes may be looking at, me and you and a dog named Boo to throw to next year outside of Kelsey.
Exactly. I'm sure that they're absolutely kicking themselves in the ass right now that they didn't sort of put D-Hop as a priority, because I'm sure that they were just thinking, oh, we have Tony. We have a lot of high hopes for this guy. But then second practice in, just tweaks his knee and now it's all over with. But
now, my non-football take of the day is, did you go see Oppenheimer this weekend?
It was a top 10 movie of all time. It was incredible. Did you?
I did. I saw it on Sunday. I got to the theater to get my seats up. There were 2 seats left in the theater.
Dude, it was wow. What did you think about it?
I gave it about an 8.5. There were some points there, there were some scenes, but what I particularly loved was the fact that I know history really well, but I didn't know the history of Louis Strauss being nominated for Commerce Secretary and being turned down. I love the way that they threw that into the film, and he didn't really make it clear till the end. I was kind of thinking, like, what are all these hearings? What's this all about? Because it has nothing to do with, like, the Oppenheimer security clearance issue. But they finally brought it all together at the end. Absolutely great movie as far as the development of the bomb. And I got a number for you, an interesting one for you in the panel, folks, and then I'll let everybody else get on. The $2 billion that we spend in 3 years to develop the atomic bomb, if we were developing a super weapon today, the same money that was spent would be $3.9 trillion in 2023 money.
Absolutely absurd. I thought about that too, because I was just like, I would wonder how much it would cost today to say that we were developing it. But I mean, it was great acting, star-studded cast. And so even my girl, who I brought with me as well, like, I think deep down she wanted to go see Barbie, but like, she was even happy about the movie that we ended up choosing this weekend.
Well,
very happy
about 160 million people went to go see Barbie.
Yeah.
It's the 4th highest rated box office week.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, like, I mean, I'm sure she'll probably try and drag me there sometime this weekend, but it was
just go run off. To be honest with you, run off and go see Sounds of Freedom while she's watching Barbie. You'll be safe.
And so we already saw that 2 weeks ago. That was a good one too.
Yeah. Anyway, let the other folks come on, and let's get anybody's got any questions.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Most definitely. Hopefully Darrington Evanson he turns out. And Mark, we'll see you soon, brother.
See you too.
Peace. What is going on, man?
Dan, what's happening, bro? All the way from Oz.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This has to be a late night for you, right? What is it, like midnight?
1:38 a.m. I'm hoping my accent's not tripping people out. It's all good.
1:38 a.m. Looks like you're in your office right now, or what's the deal?
Yeah, just about to go home, man. So just jumped on, just to have a listen, just obviously chill out with the Bills Mafia on board, and hear some news from the land of America there. So it's bad news about Hines, man. But it's like we used to have an old principle in rugby league here: next man up. You just got to deal with it, man.
Same exact thing. And so, I mean, honestly, I thought it would be like some sort of athletic injury, but him just getting hit by a jet ski, just like sort of.
I've still got this picture of him dancing around his kitchen with the Dorsey playbook open, just like.
I know.
I can't help it.
And so, Australia, man, how did you become a Bills fan? Just out of curiosity.
So I lived in New York City for a little while, and obviously Bills are the only New York team really when you look at it. So Jersey don't count. So
yeah.
And no, I got a mad couple of Canadian friends that live in London, Ontario. So they're Bills supporters, and they got me hooked. give me some merchandise, and next thing you know, I'm 43 years old, but I've been going for the Bills for about 40 of those 43 years.
Listen, man. Bills Mafia is everywhere. It's true. Have you ever been to a game up in Orchard Park? Or are you planning on going up to the London game this year?
It's on the bucket list, man. Same with the Super Bowl. I've got a bucket list of a few things I've got to tick off. Obviously, the Minister for War and Finance, the wife, she's got to tick those boxes too. Otherwise, I can't get access to it. But definitely tailgate party. I've been told I've definitely got to go to college games over in the States. Apparently, college games are just off the hook.
Oh man, they're insane, especially the tailgates. If you can choose any college games to go to in the States, like I would jump on any opportunity you can for the SEC conference. Those games are highly competitive, and the tailgate scene is wild.
Definitely. I've got a crazy mate of mine that's a massive Wolverines fan, and he's told me that if there's one
of the Wolverines,
go and do that, and then roll into an NFL game and actually get to see one live, which would be awesome. So
yeah. Well, next time you're up here, man, definitely.
As I said to you on a previous chat, the Super Bowl time period here in Australia, especially on the Eastern Seaboard, which is in Sydney here, man, it is the greatest time for a Super Bowl.
Isn't
my day is like it's full, man. I get up at 6:30, get the kids sorted, piss them off to school. Then I go in with the boys. We have breakfast. Probably get into the Star Casino probably about 9 o'clock. Start hitting the beers from 9:30. Game kicks off at 10:30, and then by the time the game's finished, it's about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is perfect time to just keep rolling, man.
Super Bowl in Australia has to be great. Just drop the kids off, have the wife pick them up. Too late. Yeah, I'm at the casino, man. I'm watching the Super Bowl. That's sick, man. Dude, listen, it's very, very nice to meet you, like over video. I definitely appreciate all the support throughout the past couple of years. And then hopefully the job doesn't make you work too late all the time, but say that they ever do, we're right here every day.
Man, I'll be jumping on, bro.
See you, brother. You enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace. The man, dude, I love seeing some Bills Mafia making it happen. Milky, what's up?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about these Dolphins. These Dolphins are going to make the Super Bowl, and I ain't not lying to you. I love y'all, like us people. I love y'all. I just hate the Bills, the team, the Bills. I hate the Bills team.
Hey,
the Patriots.
Yeah.
The team. I hate the Patriots team. They always cheating on me. And then the Jets, same thing. I love Witzy and everything. I was talking to him yesterday, and he was pretty on fire with me. But still, as I was saying, y'all are definitely going 0-17. We're going 17-0.
Come on.
I ain't lying to you. And TD is retired. It's
he was back, he was back last night. He was streaming already.
Yeah, I just messing with you. But I'm just telling all y'all Dolphin haters thinking that we hit y'all with a ski. I might went up there and hit him with a ski. You never know with me. I might be crazy.
I was about to say, like, it might be a conspiracy theory that Milky was the one that hit Nyheim Hines with the jet ski, because you know what happened in Miami. It definitely happened in Miami. So, like, I think you're suspect number one.
Oh yeah, and especially And I betted my friend Nelly, who has the Chargers. I bet her $10 that the Dolphins will win.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we'll see what's going on, because it's funny because TD's supposed to meet up with us for our event in MetLife that following day. So me and Richie always joke around, and we're just like, hey, we would love to pick up TD from the airport that following morning and him just be absolutely depressed from that. So we'll see how week one works out. But Milky, I appreciate you coming on, man. You're always cool to talk to.
Yeah.
But
I'll be there Wednesday night. I'll be talking with you, Master at work, and all of them.
I love to hear it, Milky. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, bye. Love y'all.
Hell yeah. Later. She's the best. Apparently, we've learned from Milky's analysis that the Bills are going 0-17. The Dolphins winning the Super Bowl. The Browns guy. What's up, my guy?
Hey, Dan. How you doing, brother?
Good morning, man. Our running back got struck by a jet ski this morning. So.
Saw that. Very unfortunate news for Mr. Hines. Hopefully he recovers and is able to play at the very least next season.
He will, man. And so he will. Like, honestly, like, I mean, like, I definitely feel for him. I hope for his speedy recovery. But I mean, for weeks, I've been pegged like him as like a surprise cut or even a trade candidate. I feel like once we brought in Deontay Hardy, that was the writing on the wall that Bean was at least experimenting with some other options, sort of to hopefully move on at least, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, special teams is going to be interesting to see this season for all parties involved. I mean, I'm live from the Greenbrier, so apologies if my connection's spotty. Beautiful day here in West Virginia as the Browns ramp up for day 3 of training camp. But
oh wow, you're there right now.
Yes,
that's sick. That's sick. By the way, which news network are you writing for? If you're comfortable with sharing that,
Cleveland.com.
Cleveland.com. Nice, man, dude. That has to be absolutely awesome. I know that like a lot of like independent content, like sort of content creators have been like dying to get like media passes for training camp, but it's never works out. So I will live vicariously through you. How does Watson look? Because I'm very high on your Cleveland Browns this year, man.
Deshaun has looked at, yesterday was probably the first day of like very light, like practices with throwing and getting the receivers involved. Day 1 was essentially just a walkthrough. And today we're seeing a lot more out of in pads, running some plays. But how Stefanski's always typically done it, he loves to do the old school, like ramp up kind of style with training camp. So within the first couple days, you're not going to see a lot. And then Wednesday, the players' day, off day, probably following that, we're going to see a lot more contact. Like we'll see the playbook open up a little bit more. But Deshaun's looked great in all the workouts. He's looked great since OTAs. Amari Cooper actually kind of tweaked something yesterday. Luckily, that's not anything serious. The Browns have been riddled with the injury bug the past couple of years, and luckily it's hasn't reared its ugly head yet. So speaking of training camps, like, are there any rookies that obviously outside of your first round pick, Kincaid, that you're excited to see for your own Bills, kind of like see how they shape out? I know a couple of guys are really excited to see what the guard out of Florida can do for you guys, especially with the woes you've had in the run game.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely, man. Certainly excited to see what he can do. I know that like a lot of Bills personalities are trying to taper expectations and saying that it's still going to be Ryan Bates' job because yes, and so he is a rookie. He did perform very well in the SEC, which is, super competitive and like normally translates pretty well into the NFL. Not entirely convinced that he's going to be the day 1 starter. Hopefully training camp will, sort of prove otherwise for me. But I'm also excited to see what Justin Shorter can do because that 6th spot, like after him, there's a massive fall off from talent. So it's almost a lock that he's going to be that wide receiver 6 for us. There's a lot of like, especially within fans, like a lot of hype, like with his size, he's a vertical threat, has great hands, but I just want to see if he's actually going to be a contributor. So he's going to be something that I'm looking for as well for some of the rookies. And then number 1, like I also want to see what Kincaid can do. I know that he was the first overall for us, but I really hope that this dude can be as much of an impact as everybody is saying that he's going to be. I would love to tune in week 1 and like me not being able to tell the difference. And so between a 40-year NFL veteran and Dalton Kincaid. So that's exactly what I'm looking for so far, man. I'm just pumped that we finally start practice in a couple of days. It's no more it's like nonsense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been weird for us, especially with us having the extra, which coach is calling preseason game 0, which is less than an exhibition game apparently for us. We're going to see probably rookies and guys from the XFL that we signed in place to kind of like work out and during the Hall of Fame game. Also weird that it's 2 AFC teams. I don't know the last time it's been that way, but
yeah, man. Well, I mean, one thing I will say is that I have been hyping up the Browns for a while. I'm definitely looking for you guys to win the AFC North. Most people think I'm crazy for saying it, but I just think y'all are the team this year for that division.
Yeah, people that don't think that don't know ball. That's all it is.
That's what I'm talking about, Mike. Mike, you enjoy training camp. I will live vicariously through you. Enjoy, man, and you are welcome anytime, brother.
I appreciate you, Danny.
See you, big guy. Later. The man, listen, the Cleveland Browns representation of Dom Mafia Live. Always good. Speaking of which, we're going worldwide right here. We had a Bills fan from Australia tune in. Now we have our guy from Germany coming on in.
Hey, what's up, Dan?
What's up, man? How's life over in Germany?
Oh, it's raining right now. But overall, it's pretty good.
So,
story.
You were born and raised in Germany, or what's your story?
I'm born and raised in Germany, and
Awesome.
I stayed in the greater Rochester area as an exchange student from 1990 to 1991, which is where I got in contact with the Buffalo Bills due to my host brother, kind of. He was playing junior high school ball, and he's a big Bills supporter, so that's when I started watching and stuff. I was actually in the States when the Bills made their first Super Bowl run.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, due to the Scott Norwood incident, we didn't really get there at the time.
Yeah.
So I kind of followed them since then, but kind of got thrown off a little bit because they weren't any good. So then I was in the United States with my wife traveling, where during the draft when they picked Josh Allen.
Yes.
And since then, I'm really following it very closely again.
It's nice. And so the drought season was definitely difficult for a lot of Bills fans, man. I was born in 91, so I really didn't have like a cognitive thought that I'm able to reflect on, at least. But all I remember from my childhood into before Josh Allen was just mediocrity. But my dad still made me watch them every single Sunday, and then the wait paid off. So
how come he's a Bills supporter? You don't live in New York, do you?
Yeah, I was born in Buffalo, and then I lived there until I was about, I lived there until I was about 14 years old. My parents just hated the cold, really, really bad. So when I was, 14 years old, my dad said, "No, we're gonna move south, so we don't need to deal with snow anymore." But still follow the Bills wholeheartedly, man. I still go up to as many games as I can, and I'm just waiting for that one year where they finally don't break my heart and make me a proud supporter.
Actually, my biggest concern for this year, obviously I'm not that big of a football expert as you guys are, is the Stefan Diggs situation. I don't know.
Yeah. So here's the deal, man. I think the media sort of ran away with it. I know that he went on his tweet campaigns. I know that he had that scenario with minicamp where he didn't show up or he left practice early. I think it's not a big deal, but we're not going to know for sure until Stefan Diggs actually meets with the media and has his press conference, which in my opinion is going to happen Wednesday or Thursday once practice finally starts. The way that I look at it is that this is the year where his contract extension hits. So he literally shows up to practice and he's getting $24 million deposited right into his bank account. So toxic work environment or not, this guy's showing up, right? That's a lot of money. He's good. And I'm hoping that everyone just blew it up. I'm hoping he gives the press and the media a great laugh about what was happening. Unfortunately, we won't know for sure, but fully aware. And I know that he'll be there at least. So I wouldn't worry about it, man. He just wants to win. And there's really not any other team in this league that not only has the cap space to pay him, but would give him a better chance of competing for the promised land in the Super Bowl. So that's what I tell myself, at least.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, man.
Okay. Nice for being on. Shout out to Brockport, New York, and see you around.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. You are welcome on anytime. You enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Yeah. Same to you. Bye.
See you, brother. Peace. Bills Mafia from all over the world, baby. I love that. Jacob, what's going on, buddy?
How are you, Dan?
Doing good, man. I had a nice weekend. I went to the movies. I golfed a little bit, shot an 80, no big deal. And then I woke up this morning and I saw that Nyheim Hines got hit with a jet ski. So about as good as you think. What's going on with you, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. The jet ski injury was the last thing in my mind. how a football player would get injured?
Yeah. Last thing on my mind as well. I think that it was super out of left field. I thought that it would have been like a pickup basketball game or something like that, or maybe he was like doing an independent workout. But unfortunately, I guess now we need to implement jet skis into a possibility of injury. I feel bad for him. I mean, dude was just sitting on his jet ski, and someone that didn't know how to drive it just went on ahead and just absolutely smashed his knee, which is terrible.
I know one of your friends.
Who's that?
Izzy.
Oh, that's my boy. Oh, dude, I love Izzy, man. He's on Built in Buffalo. Him and I actually watch games together every now and again when he's down in my neck of the woods. We go down and watch a game every now and again. He's got a good show too. He's the man.
Yeah, me and him talks to each other regularly.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And so you should join my Discord, bro.
He said he sent you my number.
Yeah, bud. I'll definitely go ahead and check that out for sure.
Because I want to try to do a partnership with our two channels.
Yeah, man, most definitely. Like I said, I am more than happy to go on ahead and hop on your channel sometime this season. Like I said, I have a lot of my content planned out for the rest of the season. But I mean, I could definitely see if I can hop on your channel so we can talk a little bit before week 1, and we could do a stream together. I think that'd be cool.
I changed my live streaming time to 1 p.m. so I don't have to leave your channel during the show.
I like that, man. I really appreciate you for that, brother. I like that.
Are you going to check out my live stream today at 1 p.m.?
Of course, buddy. Always.
And sorry about the Miami Dolphins joke if I offended anyone with the.
Nah, you didn't, man. This is it's football, man. It's a little trash talk is always welcome.
Hey, so you would give me a call sometime about?
We could definitely talk on Discord and on here, brother. You know what I mean? And so I normally don't give my phone number out. That's the only thing. But we could talk on this live stream and just hop on anytime.
Today I'm on live stream. I'm gonna spin the wheel and talk about which team is better. Whoever loses to the one team on the wheel will just eliminated. Whoever the last team standing wins.
Listen, man, I love that. That sounds exciting. It's everyone go check out his channel, man. Spears Bills Chat. It's worth it. Good watch.
Live streaming at 1 p.m. every day.
I love that. Yo, check out this, man. And so I'm definitely gonna go ahead and check out your stuff. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you next time. All right, bud?
Go Bills.
Go Bills, buddy. We'll see you. Ladies and gentlemen, Nyheim Hines, Jetski. Let's just hope that this is not the beginning of the injury bug. Troy's coming in saying that 38 likes. What's going on with that, everybody? Make sure you hit that like button on the way. It takes less than a second. And it's completely free. It's completely free, so go ahead and knock that out. Ryan is coming in saying, hi, bro. Who is the newest Green Bay Packer quarterback they just signed? I didn't see what was going on with the Packers. I know that Jordan Love is 1,000% going to be the starter. Probably a depth move. Let me check the news and see if they had anybody specifically. What's his name, bro? Because I'm not seeing anything in particular of who they brought on, at least in the news. Not going to be able to speak on that as of much, but I'm sure it's probably just something that they're going to want to make sure that their star quarterback has – not star quarterback, new quarterback is going to be able to make it work. But, guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Don Mafia Live, your go-to show, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST. As a reminder, I am giving away 2 tickets to the NFL game of your choice. One lucky winner will be chosen Thursday night. Football, first game of the season, week 1. All you got to do is download the Sleeper app. That link is in my description. Use my code DOMMAFIA for your first deposit, and then screenshot proof of that to me via Twitter or Discord, whatever. Just make sure it's in my hands, and then you will be a part of a random drawing, and then I will announce a winner, and you can go see your favorite football team, regardless of where it is. thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you a little later for Bills Mafia Happy Hour. Deuces.